there's a huge issue of men not stopping other men. And so there's only so much women can really do in the situation, and it really needs to be a men's issue, right? So how are, dads teaching sons? How are peers helping and supporting each other and helping that be a positive environment and community that they're creating? And, there's a whole issue of, locker room talk, and there's just so many places that kind of breed that extra masculinity that becomes so negative towards women, when that just doesn't even make sense. Because, when it comes down to it, every man out here has got a mom, right? A mom brought him into this world. He's got a mother or a sister, an aunt or something that love and support him. It's ridiculous that that's how they choose to, then kind of turn it around on the other women in their lives. So when it went viral the first time, it hit almost 1 million views those like 2 weeks, which is absurd. Yeah. I think it's hit like it's hit like 100,000 shares on Facebook. Like, it's crazy. And then it's been reposted in so many other publications. Like, it's way more than 1 million now. People that have read, millions have read this.
Yeah.
Right. So I wrote this post, and the post is called "What Do We Deserve?" And it's, I'm describing myself. I describe these 3 specific stories I've been harassed. And then at the end, I kind of pose these series of questions of, what was I doing to deserve this? Times where I was harassed in a gym, which is supposed to be a safe spot, and kind of just pose these general questions of, as women, what do we deserve? And is this it? And working out outside at a park, broad daylight, and this literal kid, was probably 5 or 6 years younger than me, came over and was like saying blatant profanity at me and what he wanted to do to me. And I had my headphones on, and I thought he was like asking me a question. He was a kid, like, asking me a question. I took it out and I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And like put my headband and like ran away. I was like 21 in South Africa, and one of my best friends there that I became best friends with was also an American. And I was like, I want to have the most American birthday in South Africa. And so we like went to McDonald's, and we ate McDonald's. We went to the casino and played blackjack, and we went out somewhere that night or whatever. I was like, I want to do as many American things as possible on my 21st birthday. And I had this one girl at 3:00 in the afternoon be like, what are you doing here? Like, you need to leave. And she was like high school, probably like 18, 19 years old. And I was like, what are you talking about? We're here, whatever. And she was like, this is too dangerous for you. Like, you have to go. Like, they're talking about wanting to like kill you. And I was like,
What?
exactly. I was like, this was insane. And I just was like, it just like freaked me out, and I was like, we have to leave. And she was just, sorry, I'm trying to protect you. Like, people are just like, you guys have been here too long, basically. Like, you need to leave. And I get people's dogs. A lot of people name their dogs Bailey.
Really?
So they're like, yeah, I guess. And so like, oh, my dog's name is Bailey. And I'm like,
No way.
cool.
Right.
Yeah. Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah, I know exactly. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I'm like, nice.
Yeah,
cool
thanks.
dog.
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
Like, we've never had keys to our house. Like, we don't lock our house. And that's like, obviously, like a little bit of a privilege being like, in the US where we live. And like, that doesn't make sense in a lot of places. But it just was that idea of like, I feel like my dad literally was like, if they want something, they can come take it. Like, and not that he's like literally being like, someone should come into our home and break into it.
Yeah.
But that idea of like, we were never like a closed off family, right? Like, we were always like giving or helping or doing, or it was just kind of, we were taught that we were all just this like one world, and it was all connected. And, if we succeed, other people succeed. And if they succeed, that we succeed. And it all just kind of, it was just one, which was just nice. And I also, so many people are so afraid, and you're almost wondering what they're afraid of. You know what I mean? The worst thing is you're not going to hear from them. But the best thing is maybe something like this happens. And granted, he reached out to me, and this was a different situation, but lots of other situations of people that I really admire and got to learn from and become friends with and have opportunities from, because you could just reach out and say, hey, let's connect. Hey, I want to learn from you. Hey, let's grab a beer. Like, that's whatever. And I think people think they have to do so much on their own when you don't. Everyone is successful because someone else helped them get that success. And so it's hot in Boston. So I was often wearing shorts and a sports bra or whatever, not for to get attention, but like purely because it's hot as hell, it's humid, and and like you're trying to get through this run. And so anyways, family and friends saying, hey, maybe you should start running inside. Like, maybe you should wear something different. Maybe, you should limit your activities based on what things could happen to you. And it just was like, at that point, I heard it so many times, I just got like pissed off.